My name is Piyadassi. I came to Myanmar in 2012, and soon after I came, I took nun's robes with Pauk Sayadaw, and since then I've been living a nun's life. In the beginning I was only meditating. That's the reason why I came to Myanmar. And at some point after maybe 5 or 4 years, maybe after 5 years, I met a teacher. I went to a monastery with a teacher who is in love with Abhidhamma, and he taught me Abhidhamma. And then I started to study more and more the actual teachings of the Buddha, not only the practice, but the doctrine. And so, at some point, I came across one Abhidhamma text, Abhidhamma Vata, which is called the sleeping text. Nobody studies it. It's a very old text, and it's sleeping in the libraries like this. Nobody's reading it. And it's not translated into English, and I became so interested that I decided, well, I should do. I have studied Pali before in India. I had the basic Pali, and I thought, well, of course I can do. And I started. But then soon after I realized that I'm too ambitious. I have to learn more. I have to learn the language. And so I wrote to my teacher, my Pali teacher, if he would like to help me. And he said, oh, Sally, I'm actually coming to Myanmar to this SSBU, in Shan State Buddhist University. I'm going to teach there. Why don't you come? And then we can work on it together. And, well, I looked at it. It was about 1 week for the deadline to submit the documents. And it took a lot of effort to collect all the papers, and here I am. Now already 2 years, nearly 2 years after. Very happy that I came here and learning here. And so when I came, I found here wonderful teachers who have real gift in teaching at this Pali. That's what I was focused on mostly. And now I see how much I improved language-wise, but not only. Because this university is much more than just really turned out to be much more than just language learning place. It increased my understanding of Buddhism greatly. Because as any university should do, this place enlarges our vision. It's universal, it's university. It gives a lot of knowledge of the subject from different angles of view. So when I was in Europe, I was a Goenka meditator, so I knew Dharma from how Goenka would present it. When I came here, I ordained in Pauk, so I learned Dharma how Pauk Sayadaw teaches it. when I was with my Abhidhamma teacher, so I learned more Abhidhamma. But here, we get knowledge not only about these teachings, we have to read what scholars think, how scholars perceive, how scholars analyze the texts, the traditions, the living traditions. And we get to know how people practice Buddhism in Myanmar, in Thailand, in Sri Lanka, in Japan, in China, all over. So we start to understand the wiseness and the diversity of the traditions, and we can also see the what unifies them all, and it's beautiful. Now I feel I will be much more able to talk to people who come from different various traditions. When I go back to Europe, I can relate much easier to all those people, because in Europe we have a great mixture of all Tibetan, Korean, Japanese traditions, many. So I find it really beneficial. The teachers are very skilled, and the approach that this university has, they call student-focused approach, which is also very rare in Asia. How I have heard in, say, Sri Lankan universities, my friends have studied, they have 100 students in a class, whereas we have in a class, let's say, from 1 maybe to 10 maximum, not more. And then the teacher is able to give attention to everyone and to guide everyone personally. And we know each other very well. And for this reason we can help each other and we can learn from each other very well. And this is a very great setting. It's a small university, and it feels like family, but it is growing, and we can feel how people become more skillful, more staff, more teaching staff. The new library is built, I hope soon will be ready for use, and there are great projects to build more accommodations so more people can come and more exchange can happen. Wonderful, wonderful, really special place. So with regard to this university's contribution to the society here and around, of course, Sayadaw is doing a lot for changing, actually, and for the education system in Myanmar, and for propagating new, fresh approaches. Not to substitute the old one with the new one, but to enhance the old one, to make it better, to take the best from the both, from the old, from the traditional approach, and from the, say, Western academia approach. And that's, I think, quite a unique place in the world, really, where these two approaches come together. This is a great contribution, and now maybe we're still small, so the impact is not that much, but as the place will grow, as the more scholars will come, the more students will develop their abilities, their skills, their knowledge, the more we will feel their impact. This is on the scholarly part, but also when I just look around here, when we came to the university, even our accommodation was still under construction, still finishing. But now and the road was very bad. Now we have this wonderful new concrete road coming from Taunggyi to here. And many, many people walking every morning, every evening. I don't know how many, maybe, I don't know, 100? I don't know, many really benefiting. They are jogging, they are walking, they are cycling. So even just this area, people benefiting indirectly from the fact that the donors have built this new road. Then Sayadaw is really caring for the greenness of environment, have planted hundreds and hundreds of trees, not only in the university, around the university, the mountains around, and will be beautiful forest later. Have great plans for building another meditation center, building a hospital, so the whole township here will benefit a lot, already benefiting and will benefit more and more. So the message that I would tell to whoever watches this video, if one wants to understand Buddha's teachings, two things are important. I started from practice, I started from meditation. But the theory is also needed. Without the theory, the practice can go wrong way easily. If one starts with theory and never really practices, then he also doesn't get real benefit from all that knowledge. And to study Dhamma in an environment like this, in a university, is really beneficial, because when we go to a place that is associated with a particular tradition, then the knowledge will be limited to just that tradition. It will be only partial knowledge. And partial knowledge is only partial knowledge. So what I wish for you who watch this is to have wide view and understanding, and know that learning, it's never too late to learn, especially Dhamma. Here, of different ages, people come to study. There was an Indian lady, she already completed her MA. She was an age of my mother. I have a PhD student, also couple decades older than me. We have young people as well. Or younger than me, I don't know, maybe maybe on the monk side we have younger than me. But yeah, it's never too late to learn, so I wish for you to practice and to keep studying and to keep practicing until the realization of Nibbana.